Hi guys, welcome back to Jumpsuit with Pilot D. So today's video is all going to be about the topics that are required to clear your navigation exam, that is navigation DGCA CPL exam. I have divided navigation into 5 parts. Okay, first part is instruments, second part is general nav, third part is radio navigation, and fourth is performance, fifth one is flight plan. These are the different parts, okay, but in them also there are many chapters. According to me, because I have cleared my navigation exam and I know exactly what topic you have to study and what you can skip, I'll just immediately start with the topics. And by the way, if you want this whatever I've written, then just DM me on Instagram or join my Telegram group. I'll just forward it to you. Let's start with instruments. Instruments is divided into 3 parts. First part is pitot-static systems, second part is magnetism, and third part is gyroscopes. Alright, in pitot-static systems there are many chapters. So we'll start with the first chapter, that is ASI, that is airspeed indicator. Second chapter, altimeter. Third, vertical speed indicator. Fourth, pressure heads. Fifth, Mach meter. Sixth, ADC, that is air data computer. And the last one is air temperature measurements. Alright, so this is everything that you need to study in pitot-static systems. Next comes this chapter called magnetism. That's one whole chapter. There's no subtopics in them. And then the last chapter subtopic is gyroscopes. In gyroscopes there are many chapters. That is, first chapter is DGI, directional gyro indicator. Second chapter is AH, artificial horizon. Third chapter is INS or IRS, that is inertial navigation system or inertial reference system. The fourth chapter is TSI, that is turn and slip indicator. This is pretty much it for instruments. These topics, according to me, are the ones that you have to study to clear your exams. Alright, because that is what I have studied, and I am recommending whatever topics that I have studied, because obviously I cleared studying them. Now let's come down to general nav. So this topic is huge and you have many subtopics or chapters in them that you have to study. It is easy, you just need to find yourself a good guide to refer to, and then you can study them. So let's start. The first thing is you have to study the basics. So basically, what is directions, north, south, east, west, and then what is latitudes, what is longitudes, and basically what's a great circle, what's a rhumb line. So all these basic things, okay, because in the exams at least 20% of the questions come from this basics alone. And for the basics, I would highly recommend you to study the first 2 chapters of Oxford. Those are the most important things there, and I'm telling you guys, all the definitions and stuff, 20% of the questions come from that alone, theory questions. So study the basics thoroughly. Then comes the topic called departure. It's on basis of this formula. I'll tell you the formula, but before that, what is departure? So you are at one latitude, at one longitude, so you have to go to a different longitude, latitude. So from point A to point B, you have to find out what the distance is. It's all about that. Okay, it's all about that. So the formulas are Shillat into 60, Shillong into 60 into cos theta, and distance is equal to speed into time. Okay, so departure is all on the basis of this formula alone, nothing else, this formula. Then comes the topic Earth's magnetism. So basically Earth is a magnet, right? And now aircraft has compass. Exposed to a more higher magnetic field, what happens to the compass? It starts acting very weird. It doesn't tell you the exact direction, north, south, or east, west, whichever direction. So it's all about, you'll be studying about the true north, magnetic north, north pole, south pole, and all the deviation, variation. You're going to study all this only in Earth's magnetism. Okay, then comes the topic called convergency. So convergency is basically, now consider Earth, okay, there are many longitudes, and these longitudes, as you go to the north pole or the poles, north or south pole, these longitudes converge like this. The Earth is not, a rectangle to go straight like this. The Earth is a ball, so the longitudes converge like this. So you basically have to study, find out problems based on how much it converges, and basic theory. It's all about, basically it's all numericals and very little theory comes from it. So that is about convergency. Then comes the fifth topic. In this only I've put three topics, divided in three topics. So the first topic is crosswind component. What is crosswind component? Now you are about to take off and you have to know from which direction the winds are coming. So that is wind component. Now obviously you have to take off into the take off always for headwinds. You can't take off for tailwinds. So now you have to know where the winds are exactly, right? Then only you can take off from wherever the winds are coming from towards you. So it's all about that. You calculate the exact wind component required. Okay. Then comes volumetric conversions. Now volumetric conversions as in take fuel. Now fuel is in liters. It can also be in UK gallons. It can also be in US gallons. So you have to convert all these liters to kgs, US gallons to UK gallons, UK gallons to US gallons. So this is all about volumetric conversions, basically converting from millimeters to centimeters, all that basic school things that you have studied. Then comes CX3. What is CX3? Basically this is CX3. Okay, CX3 is a flight computer and it lets you calculate all the basic stuff. Okay, so these are all the things. I'll just read out whatever is here: airspeed, fuel, ground speed, glide, climb and descend. So all that. Okay, so only numericals come out of from CX3. As in CX3 topic, there are only numericals, and they'll give you a certain sets of data, and you have to put it in this and find out whatever is missing. So that is what CX3 is. So then comes the next two most important topics, and 35% of the questions comes from these two topics alone. So the first topic is CPPNR. CPPNR as in these are two separate topics, that is critical point and point of no return. And then comes payload. What is payload? Now consider an aircraft's mass, and in that aircraft how much total passengers, what's their mass, what's the total fuel in the aircraft. So you have to calculate all such stuff, okay, in payload. Then comes the next topic, scales, maps and charts. So obviously when you're navigating in skies nowadays, it is all digitalized maps and charts, but when you're doing your initial flying as a student pilot, in few places they give you charts and you have to navigate yourself. Like you have to, even I haven't studied all that, but it's all about maps, charts. You study about them, scales and everything, scale of a chart, all that you're going to study about. It's all numericals, and also theory are that the different type of charts: Mercator chart, transverse Mercator chart, polar stereographic chart, Lambert's chart. So these are all, many more are there, but these are all the charts that you need to study about. Okay, then comes time, solar system, etc. Okay, so now consider you're in India. Okay, now you have to find out what the time is in London, or what's the time in San Francisco, what's the time in South Korea, Japan, like that. So there are different time zones for each country, right? So you have to find out what the time exactly is, and then you study about the solar system and everything. So then comes 1 in 60 rule. That is basically to find height. Now an aircraft is landing on a runway, and basically what's the height from the aircraft to the runway, and then you have to calculate the rate of descent, how much is descending per minute, 300, 400, 500 feet per minute, and then all such problems. Okay, basically these 5 formulas, and only questions comes from these 5 formulas. 5 or 6, these formulas. Okay, that is it for general nav. I had to pause my video yesterday because I had to go somewhere, and today is the next day. So let's come down to radio. There are these chapters which you have to study, and you have to be thorough with them. And then people say that if you study instruments and general nav properly, like completely 100%, then with them, those two alone, you can pass. And radio a little bit, if you study also, you can, like together, everything merged together, if you study, you can pass. But the objective here is to gain, whether you pass or not, it doesn't matter. Like you have to gain knowledge. Now once you gain your knowledge, then of course you will clear any exam. So that is what it is. The first chapter is the electromagnetic waves. It's all the basics So you have to study, you have to know what electromagnetic waves are, you have to know what are vertically polarized wave, horizontally polarized wave, and all such stuffs, okay, sky wave, ground wave, all these. Second chapter is VDF, third chapter is NDB, fourth chapter is VOR, fifth ILS, sixth radar, 7 AWR, 8 SSR, 9 radio altimeter, 10 TCAS, 11 GPWS, 12 DME, 13 EFIS, 14 GPS, 15 RNAV. So these are all the chapters that you have to study for radio. There are many question banks out there. I was very weak in radio, so I only went through like over the surface. I studied the theory like on the top, not full deep, and then I directly went down to questions. These questions pretty much cover the whole chapter, so I used this method for me because I found radio to be a little not my cup of tea, whatever they say. So now next comes flight plan. So flight plan is basically before you take off or before you go from point A to point B, you have to file a flight plan. What is that? That's basically which destination you're going to, how many passengers you're carrying, and all basic information and stuff, okay, that you submitted to the ATC. So that is what flight plan is, and trust me guys, at least 10 questions, pakka, 10 questions come from flight plan. I am pretty sure because in my attempt, at least 10 were there. So flight plan is very important. You have to study this and go. Next comes performance. It's all about the performance of the aircraft, where the center of gravity lies in an aircraft, and exactly where center gravity, all such things, okay, I can't explain what it is. So the after flight plan comes performance. That is another whole topic that you have to study. You can find many notes out there made by many people, so you can just find them and study them. So that is it guys, flight plan, performance, instruments, general nav, and radio. I hope I'm not missing anything out, because this is what exactly I studied to clear my exam, and I hope that even if you at least study all of this, whatever I tell, clearly, thoroughly, then 100% you are going to clear your exam. Okay. And guys, I don't want you to, I'm not promoting you guys to just cross the boundary 70. I don't want you guys to just pass. Obviously you guys should score whatever marks you desire for. If you study and if you gain the knowledge, but because you can't wholly blame yourself because of the marks that you got, because DGCA exams are unpredictable, the questions are unpredictable. A little bit blame also goes to the questions as well. So don't take it too hard, just take it lightly, go to your exam just like you're giving any other mock paper. Go, write, and yes, that'll be all. So that is it guys. Again, if you want this list, just DM me on Instagram, join the Telegram. I can just give this out to you, and also the materials that are required. Okay, thank you for watching guys. As always, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. If you like it, share it as well. So see you soon for the next one. And if you have any ideas on what video you want or something like that, then just text me out. I can see if it's possible to do it. So bye guys, see you soon, take care.